Hello guys, and welcome to episode 11, part 3. Uh, what if civilization started over? In the last episode, I don't remember anything that I did. Um, but let's get started in the video. You might notice the map is a bit different. Is because, it had, so it saved the explorations I had did when I originally recorded part 11, or episode 11, then didn't save anything else, so I re-recorded it, and it still didn't save anything from that either, other than the borders that I had drawn. So, we now have the border map, or the treaty thing that I normally do. So, we'll go through that. Starting in Greenland, we see all of this land up here. Go over to the Dutch team. We see a new country under colonization. This isn't their first spot, but Denmark joins. I just went outside the borderline, but North France will get all of this and this, and West France will be getting this. We see the Northern Michigan country get these three chunks of land here, and I guess New York. I don't think I've called them that before. They got, well, whatever I gave them. The Cyan team will be getting all of this, cutting off the southern peninsula from gaining land. We see Catalonia gain these two, or all of that. If you had guessed Denmark discovered Central America, you'd be correct. Switzerland gets all of this, and Gibraltar will be getting all of this. We see the Dark Cyan team claiming over this section of northeast Brazil. They will also claim over these parts of um, Mauritania, right there. I think the Cyan team will get this that small bit. They also get this island. We see North France get another part right here, and the Dutch team will greatly expand their African colony. Tanzania will get all of this and all of this, and this other country gets that. The pink team, or we see a pink team forming in Madagascar, as well as getting these two islands. I'll go through and add capitals to the three new countries that form this episode after the treaty. But we see Caspia gets this. Azerbaijan will be getting this. This still kind of weird. Green team will be getting this. The orange team gets all of that. Uh, Iran and Afghanistan, I think. We see Perth India getting this. The Pakistan will be getting this, even though they're not Pakistan. India gets this, and this is actually different from what I initially gave India. For whatever reason, these hadn't saved, so I did go in and redraw these. But on Monday's video, it's going to look, um, it's gonna look different from that. Bangladesh will be getting this. Myanmar gets this. South China gets this bit. Middle China, we getting this. And North China, get this and this. Korea will get this and then be blocked off from expanding by West Siberia. Gets that. We see Japan get this as well as all of these islands. Lake Baikal will get these 4 chunks of land. And we see an opening country form right here, kind of the roadway to from East Asia to Caspia. So I think I have a call or something. But Sumatra gets all of this and this tiny island here. We see Thailand get the North Sentinel Islands. I think these are I think this is North Sentinel and these are the Sentinel Islands. But I'm not 100% sure on that at all. we see any we see any pink country the pink. Yeah, you see any pink country forming here. So then they will also be getting this here. I think this is Borneo, right? And we see the Philippine nation get the rest of the Philippines. Um, just the rest of Africa and Europe left. Russia gets this. Caucasia will get this. Very cool. And lastly, North Caspia gets this. Lastly, for North Africa and Horn of Africa as well, Gibraltar gets that. The Catalonia and Switzerland, as well as Italy, finish. They finish off um, Alg- North Algeria. I couldn't think of it. Uh, we see Italy, Yugoslavia, and Greece finish off with Libya. We see Orange team doesn't get all that. Okay, they got that. The blue team will get these three bits. There, there, there. We see the yellow team stop this from getting any worse, as well as claiming that. And we see this Kenyan country get that. If you ask me, this is the worst spot in terms of border working. Oh, and we also see West France is the one who discovered this land down here. Now, going to capital where the capital of this country will be right there. Um, that probably isn't supposed to be like that, is it? We're gonna we're gonna pretend that I filled that in right. Um, their capital will be right there. And this green country will put their capital in the dead center of their country. I think that's probably not the dead center, but, and now, just give me 1 second while I figure out what my plans for this episode. That is the video ideas. Um, alright, Africa. Okay, moving over here. The background. We see Cyan team declare war on small red nation. It, seems Cyan team is a much stronger country. They will quickly surround and capture the capital and eventually take over most of the rest of the country. However, this land is not taken. Not long after this happens, we see them declare war on this uh, purple nation and are hoping to get better access to the this area. However, it's still not enough, so they will capture the rest of the Pink Nation. They also go for this exclave, but we see troops from New York see this, and if I remember correctly, okay, no, they're not. New York isn't now enters this war. I'm just gonna make it all white at this point. I'll do the slightest tint. But Team will send their troops into Niagara now, and this is where Michigan rises. Or this is Niagara. Um, we now see the yellow team here is getting support from the green team, and like it's just shown, uh, the green team is 18th strongest in the world. The cyan team is not in the top 20. So, with the with this country now entering the war, we see the tides turn a bit. But the uh, cyan team will continue their invasion here, and then they realized, hey, wait, we've got a really good navy, and they will capture this land. Okay, see, they capture this. I'm gonna make this all white. Hold on 1 sec. No, yeah, I'm just gonna make it all white. Alright, so this is what it's like now. After they capture this land, the Cyan team is willing to sit down with the peace talk. However, we see all of the North American countries, as well as other countries across the world, can speak out against this, saying, the Cyan team shouldn't have attacked them in the first place. It's their fault, and there should be no peace treaty. However, we then see Switzerland and many of the other countries in the Square Team Alliance, such as Denmark and Catalonia, will say that anyone who speaks out will be invaded by them. And we've got three top 20 powers in this alliance. So we see this most of these countries just kind of back down. The North American countries will still kind of whisper stuff about it, but eventually they'll just sit down with a peace treaty, which will be very simple. For the Cyan team getting all of this land, and Niagara gets their land back. The the, look, this exclave will be given to the Cyan team. And moving over, not there. Moving back to the alliance layer, really, we see a couple new countries join in on the Square Team Alliance. These countries are Austria, Kaliningrad, and Estonia. And at this point, a couple countries across Europe are starting to feel a little bit threatened by the Square Team, as we just saw. The Square Team was speaking back to the, or talking back to the people that were, uh, that, were like saying the Cyan team is in the wrong. Uh, but a couple of these countries will decide to um, make their own alliance, and these countries will work together to make the Circle Alliance. Sure, nowhere near. Sure, it's going to be nowhere near as strong as the Square Team, but it will get very close. Initially, it starts off with just Dark Cyan Team and the Orange Team forming the alliance first, as like they're surrounded by two much stronger countries. But then we see a couple other countries join this alliance as well. Those countries are this uh, yellow team here, the Dutch team, which is the first big player, North France, another big player in the alliance, uh, North or West France and North France, and then we see two much larger countries join this alliance: Italy and Russia. Looking at the power rankings, it is the 7th, 20th, and 8th strongest countries, plus a couple extras, versus the 12th, 2nd, and 5th strongest, plus a couple extras. So it's getting a bit more evened out now. Hey, I know I had more to do, more on the list. Yep. Moving to the economical side of alliances, we see this alliance add a couple new members. Those are the North France North France, the um, CL country, having as Belarus in this, and that is it. So now we see the economical alliance is quite divided between two sides. We have 3 square team alliance members, yet 4 circle team alliance members. So we see Denmark as well as Kaliningrad will eventually convince Austria to join the economical alliance. This economical alliance is a currency-based alliance. However, it is using 2 currencies, which is the Dutch and Danish currency. For like external trade outside of the alliance, they use the Dutch currency as it is stronger, but inside the alliance, they use the Dutch currency as they hope to make that one strong as well. But if say, I don't know, a world war broke out over here and the economic alliance collapsed, it would devastate probably not just Europe, the entire world. And now, on to our last event of the episode, which is actually exploration. We see a couple explorers from China, central China, go out in a joint group and discover a bit of this area here. Now, as they're returning, they started off right here. So they went up like this, explored around, got lost up in here, and eventually we see the northern Chinese group stops about right here, but the central Chinese don't realize and keep going, and they enter into Chinese territory. And the Chinese, and well, these people have or they have guns. It's like they don't know what's out here. They want to be safe in case something happens. So, uh, they are they're going into China, into northern China. Clearly, central Chinese, like they've got a flag and stuff, and they have their guns. And by how it looks, the North Chinese think they're being invaded, so they shoot at the central Chinese, and eventually we see the other northern Chinese. They catch up. They think that a war broke out between the two countries, so they shoot at the central Chinese, and it goes into a giant blame game. But that blame game will eventually result in central China declaring war on North China. Central China will swiftly be able to take over this major city, as well as will very well defend their area, capturing another major city, uh, defend their capital area. And the only reason they're able to work very well in this is because this is a surprise war. But that will do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.